Hello and welcome, my friends, to FF Lifestyle. I am here with my beautiful wife, Mary. As you waved, it was just on my fingertips, going side to side like. We are on a little bit of a hometown travel vlog today. We are going once again to Thorpe, Pennsylvania. Overall, it was a really cool town, and we decided we actually got a babysitter, and we are like, let's go up to Thorpe. We got about an hour 40 minutes left in the drive, so nothing too crazy, and we're gonna show you the day. But
it's full drive.
Yes, it is. It is very bon hiver outside. It's very twilight music. It's very fall right now, and we are, I think, missing our trip to Boston a good bit, which is also available to view for free on this channel. It is also the Thorpe Fall Foliage Festival. So up there by the Poconos, you got about the best type of foliage that you are going to find in all of Pennsylvania, and they have train rides and things. I don't think we're going to do a train ride today, but I'm just going to show you the rest of the town, maybe some of the cool shops, some of the not so cool shops, and we are going to hope that we can find some parking. That is probably the toughest part about Thorpe. They do have street parking, but it is very tight, very hard to get into, and then also the parking lot fills up pretty quick. And if you're going to Thorpe, prepare to do some walking. The parking lot down by the train thing is what, like?
Not a mile. I would say half a mile.
It was definitely about a half a mile. I would totally agree with that.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Thorpe first time?
When did we go? Like, what time of year? I forget. Spring?
I don't remember when we went.
I think it was spring. Anyway, it was gorgeous. I just remember being like, this is so pretty, and it's just like this random little pocket of Pennsylvania, and it has all these beautiful like streets and churches and like old, like just very beautiful and historic and very cute shops.
It's like tucked in there, which is cool.
It's so the whole time you're driving there, you're like, where could this be? Because there's zero around it. There's nothing going on around it. I would love to do the train ride sometime and just see, because it's like
It's
a scenic train ride. So like the whole top, I think, is glass, so you can like see everything.
I'm just up in the air because it's a little bit of a commitment. Like, wasn't it like an hour or something?
I think it's like 2 hours.
That's.
I could be wrong. I don't
know about that.
But I think if you're in the area, it's definitely worth a trip. I would say it's definitely a day trip. It's definitely not an overnight thing. At least that's how.
Yeah.
They actually, I forgot, have that big concert hall that they do a lot of concerts in.
And they did have, if you're into the bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
we're more Airbnb type, not bed and breakfast. But if you're into the bed and breakfast, there's a lot of them there.
They always remind me of the movie Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, I'm not a bed and breakfast person, dude. I can't do it. But I also think that, to Mary's point, it's like a day trip thing. And the only thing about that area is there's not much else to do other than Thorpe. As far as an additional town, if you're looking for things to do, going out places, restaurants, there's not anything else around that area even remotely close. Like, your next sizable towns probably about 30 minutes away from Thorpe. So that's something to remember too. It's easy to have a day trip there and back and have a blast of a time. What flavor is your Dunkin' Donuts coffee that you got?
Oh, it's a caramel cold brew with cold foam. Thanks for asking.
Well, Mary has her
they
caffeine
put cinnamon on top
for the day with cinnamon on top. And I have today, since I'm back on my good old caffeine drive until next week, which is a week off of caffeine, as my deload schedule for the month, which Mary did not know about, apparently. We are rocking a Ghost new flavor today. They just came out with a raspberry creamy mayo on there. Raspberry cream. We made And no one knows what that. For the longest time, where was that? Burger King?
Subway.
No, it was Burger King.
Oh, was it?
It was Burger King, one of the fast food restaurants. They couldn't just say mayo.
They described it as creamy mayo.
They couldn't just be like, yes, your burger comes with mayo on it. It had to say, this burger comes with creamy ass mayo on your bun. And ever since then, when I see cream, I really think of creamy mayo. So guys, the camera really doesn't do it justice, and it's funny because where we are at in Pennsylvania, where we live, the foliage hasn't fully changed yet. It hasn't, we're definitely on the more southern end of Pennsylvania. Up here, I mean, it really makes sense as to why it's a foliage festival. Just the trees, the colors everywhere. You have your reds and orange just like popping. It's pretty incredible. And again, the camera didn't do it justice. We're just pulling out of a McDonald's here, and there's a gas station across the street and a Turkey Hill over there. So another gas station. It's about 32-ish minutes outside of Jim Thorpe. And I wanted to bring this up because you're going to pass, if you're coming from south part of Pennsylvania up to Jim Thorpe, you're going to pass probably about 2 McDonald's and maybe 1 or 2 gas stations as you approach Jim Thorpe. It would be very beneficial if you go to the bathroom there, because there are only 2 bathrooms. When you
first get there.
Yeah, when you first get there, there's the Welcome Center or the trolley area part, which is the Welcome Center.
Train. Yeah, where you board the train.
Yeah, and those bathrooms, you never know, because if the train just boarded, it's going to be pretty clear in there. If it has not boarded yet, there's like a million people. It's like shoulder to shoulder. You can't even walk in there. Right here is the parking lot, and it's right below this bridge. That's actually the extended part of the parking lot. And you can see, possibly, there are people walking on this bridge, North Street. That is the other area of Jim Thorpe. It's a totally separate, normal town. There's like nothing necessarily special about that. And it appears like people are actually parking there and walking at that point probably a little over a mile till you even get to the middle part of Jim Thorpe itself. You can see we are in a line to even kind of get into the parking lot, and we're still a half mile out of the city. The Fall Foliage Festival is in full effect. I would say that if you are coming at this time of year, just be prepared to do some walking, have some comfortable shoes on. Hopefully we can get some parking. So, we'll see. It's a little concerning that all these people are like walking from a really far distance away. We're kind of like, should we just go that way and forego the parking lot?
It's just hard because I don't know if we can like see if it's closed. Like,
yeah,
is there
there's no
parking available. Or
there's
are these
no way to
people
know.
Just saying screw it.
Well, and the other downfall is when it comes to like getting into the town, it's a little hard to get out of the town if there is no parking. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Parking lot full, my friends. So we are gonna have to route around and find a different spot. But if you guys can't already tell, you got a hell of a lot of people here at this Foliage Festival. At the Jim Thorpe Neighborhood Bank, and I'm gonna show you here. You have Jim Thorpe, where we just were, where the trolley is, and that's where the whole parking lot is, which was completely full. And we are all the way up here at this bank. So it's across the bridge, and then it is $20 a day to park there. Now we're gonna have to walk At this point, probably a little over a mile to get to the base of Jim Thorpe, and then Jim Thorpe follows all the way up here. After seeing the sheer volume of people there today and the parking situation, I'm unsure at this point if I would recommend coming to the Fall Foliage Festival, because holy hell, it is rough, man. We shouldn't judge because we haven't been to the actual festival yet, but
looks insane though.
Looks pretty cool. When you gotta park in the town over, it might be a little too busy. So, I mean, just look, guys, at the amount of cars. I mean, that is a line starting to get on the way to Jim Thorpe, which is pretty wild. Welcome to Harry Potterville. So far, at this point, I would say hard avoid, hard pass. We are still attempting to at least enjoy a little bit, but man, it's just too busy. Basically, every street you go down is crazier than the next street. As an example, I mean, the music's cool, but holy hell, just brutal. Well, we're already leaving. Update in the car. Rarely do we get negative on a trip on this channel. That was, I don't know if Mary would agree, that was one of the worst decisions I think we've made in a long time.
Like of what to do on a Saturday.
Of what to do on a Saturday. I cannot tell you guys more how much you should avoid the Fall Foliage Festival of Jim Thorpe. The town is just, quite frankly, not able to accommodate the amount of people that were there. I mean, you couldn't go into the shops because, yeah, there were so many people. You were like, it was a line to get into the shop, shoulder to shoulder in the shop. No one was controlling the amount of people in the shop, so like a lot of the shops were closed, and now I see why, because the theft has to be off the charts, and if the theft is not off the charts, you can't even get people to your register to buy something, so you actually have kind of the adverse effects happening where you're losing sales being open that day, so a lot of these shops aren't even open. The restaurants had a 90+ minute wait, and the line was outside blocking the roadway. It was as if there was no one giving any direction on the event, and I'm still dumbfounded. What were your thoughts?
Exactly the same. Would not recommend it. It's way too overcrowded. They don't have the restrooms. They had like 4 porta potties on this one side street. I think the restaurants had their restrooms open, but you had to obviously sit down and eat to get to the restroom. And then the main welcome center has restrooms. Those were closed. Those are like the main restrooms at Jim Thorpe, and they were closed. So it was insanity, to say the least. And Joe and I are really good about like crowded places. Like I can handle a pretty crowded,
100%.
but then it starts to like not be fun.
Exactly. Really unfortunate part is there's absolutely no way to enjoy that. We ended up just wanting to leave, unfortunately, and that's such a bummer to say. Like we really don't get many Saturdays with just me and Mary to hang out anymore, and that was a little bit of a bummer because it's a good long drive to get out here, and you basically just gotta get right back in your car and fight to leave. Man, I truly blame influencers, quite frankly, for saying, hey, come down to Jim Thorpe Fall Festival, you know, Instagram, we're gonna look really cool, because it is just, man, not great. Jim Thorpe on any other time has been excellent, would strongly recommend it, but would never recommend coming to this festival. We were hearing it from other attendees today saying, man, I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it would be this bad. I mean, just verbally, no one looked like they were having a good time. And everyone in the town appeared to be panicked, like they had no clue that this amount of people were coming, which could be the case. But I hope videos like this sometimes will make their way to the town board or something like that, and they can say, man, how can we mitigate this for next year and make this a better experience overall for people? So maybe that'll happen and some positives will come out of this video. Hopefully some of you found this helpful and informative for your plan and trips to fun places around Pennsylvania. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my wife for joining me in this trip. And as always, stay tuned for more great content coming soon.